everyone. Okay, I think I've figured out how to video in the 16:9 format that YouTube needs, so let's hope that this will work. Today we're going to be working on painting the main room of the Alisha dollhouse. I've done some of the interior walls that have to be added to the floor just to get started, and I wanted to show you a couple of things. So first, this is the interior, these are the interior walls with one coat of primer and one coat of the folk art linen paint. I definitely want to put another coat on. I was thinking I might have to do a little sanding, but it really doesn't feel that bad. And I think for the type of interior I'm going for, being that French country rustic look, I think this will work. So we're going to put one more coat of paint on these, and I think 2 coats should do it. Then I was experimenting. In one of my last videos, I was pointing out how the outside of the house looked kind of flat to me with the color, and that you couldn't see the scores for the clapboard look in it too well. So what I did, like I did with all the windows on the exterior finishes for the windows, as you can see here, I did a whitewash on them to kind of make them look antique-y. So that's what I did with this as well. And as you can see, it filled in the lines pretty well. Plus, it just gave it a nice rustic look to it. So that's what I'm going to be doing with the outside. Again, here are some of the window frames. Same thing, gives it that nice, just a little bit more depth, I think. Hopefully you can see it on there. But definitely a bonus to have done that. I like the way it looks. So that's what we're going to be doing. These are now finished and ready to be applied. This is the exterior wall for the house on the far side by the kitchen. I'll be painting that the ivory linen too. And these are, I think I'm going to be doing the entire inside of the house, the linen color. And then if I want to change anything or accent it with anything, I can do that. But I like the linen color as a base. So let's start with this wall, seeing as this doesn't have anything on it yet. This way you can see the coverage, how it goes on initially. Shake up the paint. And I just find these really handy to put the paint in. It just helps instead of, I don't know, what would be my other option? Putting it on a piece of board or something. But these are nice because it wipes up really easy. And then if you have leftover, you can just kind of scrape it out with the brush, put it back in the bottle. Works. And on my work surface, I have a piece of wax paper. Just helps keep things a little cleaner. Alrighty. And then I can just throw the wax paper away once it's done and I don't have to worry about cleanup. So for this, we'll just put our base coat of the ivory on. Linen, I keep calling it ivory. And I just really like, I think I said in one of my other videos, I really like folk art paint. I like the texture, I like the coverage. It's definitely one of my favorite, well, probably my favorite paint. I know Delta makes some nice stuff. And then you get into the, you know, the fine art type of acrylics, which I will eventually try too. But for right now, this works for me. Get a little spot in there. It's staying there, so we'll just leave that. Get a piece of paper towel. I like being able to paint these before they're installed in the house too, because you get a little bit of dexterity options where you can spin it around and you don't have to put yourself at an awkward angle. Although on the walls that are already up, we'll have to do that, but that's okay. And I know this first one I'm going sideways because when I do the next coat of paint, I'm going to go up and down. I think it helps to fill space, you know, the spacing and, you know, the whatever little texture and stuff there is in the wall. When you go one direction and the other direction, I just think it gives a nice coverage because then you're filling in all the gaps and lines. Get the hair in there. All right, so there's that. I'll put that to the side. Now we'll go. This one's going to actually have to be painted on both sides because this side is the main living room and this side is the kitchen. But we got to get one side done before we can get the other side done. So we'll do this side again first. And I did say I was going to go up and down, so there we go. Now we do the up and down. Okay. Yeah, that's giving nice coverage, isn't it? I don't know where these hairs are coming from. I do have 3 dogs, so it could be from them, obviously. Get into the crevices. That's doing nice when you do the opposite direction for the second coat. Definitely nice coverage. Now all these pieces are in here because there's a fireplace with a hearth and chimney, interior chimney that goes in there. Now on this, you'll have to remember to do your edges that are going to show to the outside. I think I'll probably end up finishing them with some kind of a strip wood or something, but for now I'll definitely paint them. And remember to paint your interior where the door goes to. Let's hold it down at that. That looks good. I definitely like the way that covers. Can you see how nice that is? Try to make it even. There we go. Just a little bit there. It's better if you tilt it too, because then the light shines on these spaces, places you missed. All right, that looks good. Now we will get the inside. Top. And the inside. And the only thing I'll have left on this is the kitchen side. So that looks good, right? All right, now we'll get the other wall. This is the outside wall, so we will definitely be putting the whitewash on this, which we will do after this side dries. Now this is the 1A side, so this is the right side. So that means this is going to be at my outer edge of the wall. There we go. Go back after I get the coverage on and just make clean swipes. See where I'm missing. Something very relaxing about doing this. The house is quiet now too, so that's always a bonus. All right, now we'll just get our even swipes down. Looks good. I think I got everything. Yep, got everything. Okay, so that section is done. And while I have these here, we might as well take care of those too. And these are the pieces that attach them to the house, so we'll take care of all that too. These are all going to have to be, I think I will get a smaller brush though to get the insides there, seeing as I already whitewashed the outsides. Nope, did I speak too soon? It was nice and quiet. God help the person who passes by the house. All right, so there's one. There's two. These will be little eaves in the rooms upstairs, which will be really cute. Now this one, you can see it had broken when I took it out of the frame where it was cut, so I had to glue that back in. Hopefully it won't be too much of an issue when I put it on the house. Okay, so there's that. I'll get the inside. Making sure I'm not marking up the outside too much now that I did the whitewash on it. Okay, good for first coat. And one more. I'll probably speed through this part when I actually do the editing of the video, because it's pretty boring to watch all this. At least I think I'd be bored. Although when you're actually doing it, it's not so boring. How many of you out there are building or have built the Alisha dollhouse? I'd love to see what you've done with yours. I love the look of the house. I think it's so cute. I also have the Real Good Toys bungalow in a half scale. I can't wait to do that one. Not bad. Okay, there we go. Once you get these painted, it's nice to know they're out of the way. Just that many steps closer. Nice thing about the acrylic paint too is it dries pretty quickly, and it's easy cleanup. Soap and water and you're done. One more. All right, there we go. Now we're going to move to the interior of the main room and get those walls painted. So let me cut this off and then we'll be right back. Okay, so now we will paint the interior walls and get one step closer. Just want to watch because I have the frames on from the outside, and you can see them a little bit through here. See, and I don't want to get any paint on those, so I just gotta mind myself and not get too quick. Again, I'm doing the first coat sideways to get that coverage, and then the next coat will be up and down. I really like this color. And I have to figure out too, I mean, inside I know there'll be molding, but outside, because I have the stone facade, I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to trim the outside parts of the base so that you don't see the stone, you know, the seams. If anybody has any ideas, I'd love to hear them. Inside will be molding. Outside, Stone facade. Have to figure something out. Hold that in. I like doing this better than getting all the floors on first and then having to get in there under the ceiling and all that. So this is good. I haven't done this approach yet. So I like this. This is good. Much easier to get to everything. I don't have to be bending over or contorting to get in and paint. The dogs are playing. Good, they're keeping themselves occupied for now. See, how's that look? Good? Looks like I got everything right. Yeah. Little edges there. Missed a little piece there. Snuck in on the sill. All right, that looks good so far. Now we'll do this side. Now this one I don't have to even worry about painting in here because the windows will fit in there, and I think they will anyway, and you won't see them. So for right now I won't paint it, but if I have to, I'll come back and paint it. I don't have to worry about messing up the floor because that's going to be the inlaid. So if I get some paint on the floor, we're okay with that. And this piece here will be the kitchen, but I'm doing that the same color so far. So we're just going to do everything with this. And I think in the kitchen we're going to do a tile floor. The upstairs room, not the bathroom of course, but the upstairs room will be the parquet wood as well. And the bathroom will be tile. Or stone. I can find a nice, I've been looking for real stone veneer, but obviously impossible to find for this scale. So I'll be making a stone veneer, probably out of polymer clay. At least that's my thought pattern right now. I thought I'd be able to cut the polymer once it was baked on the laser, but everything I've read says don't do it because the fumes will be really harmful. So we won't be doing that. But if I make it thin enough, although I originally thought I was going to do this main room in tile, and I was making the polymer clay tiles, and I will show you. So I made these tiles. They have a little bit of, can you see that? They have a little bit of a fleck in them. So these may be what I use for the kitchen. And I made different sizes. So this is a square, small square, and then a little rectangle. So this may be what I end up using for the kitchen. We'll see. Let's see. But I decided I didn't like it in the main, here they all are. I decided I didn't like it in the big room. It just wasn't the look I was going for, so I liked the wood better. But I like these. I like the color. and it's just a rectangle. So it'll be a lot easier to lay these in a room that's a rectangle versus the room with the bay window. Now that will probably be what I use for the floor in the kitchen. And now that we have that painted, I like that. It looks good. Once it dries, we'll go back and we'll do the second coat. But for right now, I think that's good. All right, on to the next. Okay, I was just playing with the idea of these tiles in the Alisha dollhouse. I don't think I like it. I mean, they're okay, but I just don't think it'll fit my idea for this. It's either that or obviously the colors are all wrong because they should not be this color. Maybe we'll do some egg carton stone and see how that goes. I could try that too, but this definitely not. I just don't like, yeah, the colors are all off. All right, we'll try something else. See you soon. Hi everyone. So I have finished the floor and just wanted to show you what it looks like now that it has been varnished. And as you can see around the edge, I made the border a darker color using a Varathane stain marker. And I really like that way it came out, especially in the areas where the direction follows the same as the pattern. It makes a nice break up there. So I hope you can see that. Let's take the light off a little bit. And how beautiful that looks. It's very rich. Let's see, we'll put it over in the house. And that's how it's going to look on the floor. And I just really, really, really like the way it came out. Tuck you up in there. And the walls are also now painted on the downstairs. So we will get the side walls up and the floor up. All right, stay tuned for the next video because we're going to go down and work on this. See you soon.